we reconvene the internationals in the springtime.
Well, there's a long ball through, and
oh my God, an insane goal! I've just seen the most insane goal I have ever seen on a football pitch. Incredible, incredible Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Oh, I see there's all the voices in the back. We're gonna have a Van Moorinho special today. I'll put it out there to a couple of Liverpool fans. Can they join us in? And right, guys, I'm gonna bring in my guest of today. Still, it's gonna be a different crazy. I'm gonna have DJ Mello, as you know. We've got Anthony Young, that man who touched base about the whole, we touched base the best black football teams ever, and everyone was loving the vibe and the content from that still, yeah. And then also we got DJ Haych and DJ Marx from Affinity Xtra. And you know what, guys, we're gonna see if these guys know something about football. We doubt it because the team they support, but we can break it down anyway. So yeah, we don't want to be biased on this show. We've had pure Arsenal and Man United vibes in it, and I must admit, we had a few fleeting Liverpool fans, but we're gonna go there and we're gonna cover it still. We're gonna have some banter, we're gonna have some good fun, man. Yeah. But first and foremost, let me just bring everyone in. Yo, guys, you all good?
Blessings.
All right, guys. The rules are we are at church and we're gonna do a football talk in the back hall. Yeah.
Patty in a black grave.
You know what I'm saying? Back at, what I'm saying. So we're gonna go hard from that. But guys, again, I want to reiterate, guys, to everyone who's listening in to this show or watching this show on YouTube, we want to emphasize that we're gonna be totally not biased towards black players. We're gonna just point say it as it is, and we're not gonna misinterpret what they're doing positively on the football pitch. We're gonna be bigging it up. But the main thing, the main event, which was a bit of a more nervous game as a fan, was Man United versus Liverpool, and I did not want to come onto the show, me and Mello, blarting about how from a Man United perspective, yeah? So I put it out to the Liverpool fans. One of them took a while to get back to me, DJ Haych. You know what I'm saying? He was like, literally an hour before the game, he actually come out the woodwork. DJ Marx came out straight away and said, yo, I'm on it, man. You know what I'm saying? I must admit, and he said, I'll be able to comment on it. I just thought, okay. And when I, obviously, I didn't tell him about Anthony Young would be on there. So obviously Anthony Young's a Arsenal fan who should be unbiased, who is a very unbiased person.
Right, unbiased, bro. Unbiased. No reason for me to be biased at all. Man United, Liverpool.
He's in the middle.
I don't know which one I dislike the most, to be honest. I do really. I'm lying. I know who I hate the most. We don't know. We don't know. KFC. You don't know.
All right. So it was going for. So I suppose Liverpool fans going to be saying that we're pushing things out, but this is balanced, guys. Today, still, yeah, we have got a balance out there, still, yeah, and we're gonna. If Liverpool fans are thinking why Anthony's so angry, we'll get into that a bit later because I feel that there's been a lot of slide things over the years in football, full stop, when it comes to black players, that the whole media thing has just moved on. You know what I'm saying? Just like a bit like Black Lives Matter in 2020. We've just moved on like say nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? But I'm afraid here on Affinity Xtra, we're not going to be doing that still, yeah? But first and foremost, we want to celebrate the fact that Man United is still on top. Me and Mello anyway still, yeah? I don't know how. We still want... Is still Ollie out, guys? Let's just see what...
Can I say something as a neutral here?
Go on.
Watching the game yesterday,
Go on.
I felt, to be quite honest, Liverpool, reigning champions, looked very nervous as a home team. I found them as the home team. Now, Klopp says, we done all created the most chances, but there was no real clean cutters. Nothing real clean cut. And nobody's really looking at the problems that Liverpool are struggling to score goals, Sam.
True.
Nobody's talking about it. But if it's anybody other team, any other team, they'll talk about it. But Liverpool ain't creating chances, bro. Let's look at the last results. Look at the goals. Southampton drew a blank.
Mm-hmm.
They drew a blank yesterday against Man United. They're drawing blanks, man. But nobody talks about it.
I can explain all of that.
You can explain it. Okay, well, but before the explanation, Anthony, and you know what, Anthony, you know what they're blagging it with, Anthony, as well, yeah? They're focusing on the defence, yeah? Who I must say, Fabinho's going on like a beast at the moment, yeah?
Nah, he did well, man.
But
Facts.
The reality show is that basically, I watched that attacking lineup, and for me, the only person that I feared was Mane. And
you only going to fear Mane, bro? Really? I mean, Firmino, overly hyped, let's be real.
Yeah.
No,
He's
no.
overly hyped, bro.
He's a
Because
false
everybody talks about Liverpool's
Not too left foot.
world famous front three. I remember people last year were saying the best front three in world football. Not a chance. Never has been. Never has been, bro. Never. How you can say Liverpool's front three the best in world football? Firmino.
You know what? Can I just comment?
All right. I'm just bringing them out now. Bring it out. Come on. What's the comment there, bro? Go on.
This is the thing here, right? I'm not your average Liverpool fan. You got fans which will basically say to you anything to show love for their team, and you got the ones which are realistic.
You're a true Liverpool fan, is what
I have been, saying from the get-go that when it comes to the Liverpool team, what we have is a group of players that know how to work together, right? But I wouldn't say we have star quality right across the pitch. You got one defender which I would say is star quality. Midfielders, I would say we have good midfielders that work together. I wouldn't say none of them are
Thiago's
superstars.
doing bits right now.
Thiago's not.
Thiago. I'm not even mentioning Thiago yet because Thiago's only just come in and he hasn't done anything to prove himself.
Yeah,
bro, he don't need to prove himself. He's proved himself in world football, bro. He don't need to prove himself at Liverpool.
No, you do. I'll tell you why I say that, right? Because if you see, for example, let's look at Arsenal, for example, right? We know that they've got Aubameyang and Lacazette, right? These guys were firing loads of goals at the team they were at previously, Right now, obviously, Aubameyang's going through a little dry spell and stuff like that, but he's had obviously time before his current dry spell to be able to go in there and show people that what he's still about and score those goals. Thiago's come in. Yes, he's proven himself at all these other top teams, but two things I'll say about that is, one, is that he played at a team where he was already surrounded by superstars. Yeah, it's a different thing when you can come into another team where you've got like
Haych is not
good to average players in, and then still work that same magic. You know what I'm saying? It's just like putting someone like Gomez or whatever alongside Van Dijk. Van Dijk will make them look good.
Let me know when I can jump in. Let me know when I can come in.
Van Dijk will make them look good, but it doesn't mean that Gomez is a top defender because Van Dijk makes him look good playing alongside him.
We've saying what you've just said though, bro.
Yeah.
Going all the way back, rewind. Thiago Alcantara has to prove himself, bro. Are you for real?
No, maybe prove is the wrong word. Maybe what I'm trying to say is this year he's just come into the team.
Bro, he doesn't need to. Listen, quality players don't do that, bro. Quality players don't need to come. They come to England. He's come from Barcelona. He grew up at Barcelona. So we know he was a baller from then. The only reason he left Barcelona because he couldn't get ahead of Iniesta.
Yeah,
and Xavi.
Get up to speed, I think where he's at, he just needs to get up to speed.
Like any other player,
level,
though.
You get me? Because
he's a class baller.
He had a good 15 minutes and then that was it.
He's a class baller, right? But the style of play in Spain and Germany and all these other places is different than the Premiership. So when you come in, like for example, I find that the Premiership they play the fastest speed in terms of football.
Yes,
so
definitely.
Him having all that time, coming from that team, he's not going to get that time in the Premiership. No. Guys are going to lock him out quick. So so maybe prove was the wrong word, but what I'm saying is he's coming in. Yes, he's a proven player in other places, but he has to come in now and adjust his play to how the Premiership is. You know what I'm saying? You can see where his quality is there because obviously, like in the Man United game, little moves and stuff that he did, you can see that when he's on the ball, he's got that quality. But in general, you got to remember that he's been out injured. And he's just coming into the first team now. He hasn't really done anything at Liverpool to really say, you know what.
I know where you're coming from. Yeah, I know what you're saying, Marcus. I know what you're saying, where you're coming from. But as I said, for me, proving all day long, quality.
Can I?
Yeah, go.
Can I jump in?
Go.
Do your thing.
Okay, so first and foremost, we have a world-class keeper, possibly top 2 in the world, easily. World class. We have a world class left back, which is Andy Robertson, top 2. Him and Davies, probably, if you want to look at it that way. At the moment.
No, top 3, 4. Come on, man. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, top 3. If you can think of a third one, then cool.
Top 5.
If you can think of a third one, then that's cool. But essentially, he's a world class left back.
He's good.
You got Van Dijk, as we already know, best centre back in the league.
Yeah.
Now, Gomez and Trent, the jury's still out on them. they're still young, but juiced out on them in terms of whether I don't think they're world class as they're in their position, but I think they've got world class ability. Now, in terms of Thiago, when Thiago was around about 21, he played for the under-21s for Spain against Italy in the under-21 final. He scored a hat-trick. Now, him and Isco were so sick in this whole tournament. Yeah, I remember watching it from start to finish, and I remember seeing him at Barcelona thinking, this guy is a mix of Xavi and Iniesta together. He's got the skills of, a little bit of skill of Ronaldinho, because Dino was still about around them times. Yeah. But then he's got the passing ability and the vision of a Xavi and Iniesta. So I thought he's clearly going to get game time at Barcelona. Didn't happen. Pep went to Bayern. Pep said, you know what? I've seen Thiago, been in the academy, seeing him, and we signed him for Bayern. He's gone to Bayern, and he's transformed their midfield, because before he came, they had Xabi Alonso. I think they had Toni Kroos around that time as well. But he come in and he had a whole different aspect to his game, where he could pick a pass, he can make runs forward, he can drop a shoulder, he can leave a man. He hasn't got a massive amount of pace, but he'll get past you. And that's what he was doing at Bayern. As you can see from Bayern this season, Bayern have been totally poor. And one of the main reasons is because they don't have someone like Thiago to unlock defences, and even just to make small interceptions and stuff like that. So obviously, when Thiago comes to Liverpool, Liverpool's whole transfer policy is about signing players under the age of 24 or around 24, ideally who don't have an injury record, who are rarely injured, but also most of the time, we like to sign Premier League proven, but we like to look at the stats to see, okay, if we've got Mane now, let's sign someone who's got similar stats to Mane. So that's why we signed Jota instead of Timo Werner. That's
a good buy.
Now, in regards to Thiago, Thiago's proven himself. The fact that we signed Thiago at 29 shows me that we know what we're getting. We're getting an injury, someone who's been injured a lot throughout his career, but still has the class to change the whole midfield that we have. He's totally different to everything that we have. He's not a runner. He's not a Henderson. He's not a Wijnaldum who's going to hold on to the ball and pass sideways. He's not a Keita who's not big enough to kind of handle the Premier League at the moment. He's like none of our players that we have. And in the small parts that I've seen him play for Liverpool, he's our best midfielder. Clearly, like, it's by a mile. So for me, when you have players like that, and then going and talking about yesterday, when you have players like Thiago, the problem that you have with him is our whole system is so used to a Van Dijk long ball or Trent and Robertson going down the wings and crossing the ball. Yeah. They're so used to kind of recycling the ball very quickly, especially having Fabinho in that DM position. We don't have that. We're in a wholly makeshift kind of field. So in terms of why we were, in terms of Mane will drive. Mane will come at you and he'll drive. It doesn't matter who's playing, who's going to drive. The reason why we're not scoring goals comes back to our defense, and I'll tell you why. What Van Dijk was doing in terms of bringing the ball forward and passing the ball over the top, we don't have that. Hence why we're not playing the two young brothers in the defence, the Nat Phillips and Reece Williams. We're playing Jordan Henderson because we're trying to get that same passing effect over the top, trying to keep the ball recycling quite quickly. What we're missing in terms of the midfield because of that is now you've got Fabinho playing further back, you've got Henderson playing in centre back. So now you've got two midfielders really who are not really going to do much with the ball in terms of Wijnaldum and who's our person? Well, we played Shaqiri yesterday, but
I like Wijnaldum still.
He doesn't do much. He doesn't do much. He doesn't do much.
Yeah.
So
you say he doesn't do much, but
all of that starts.
But he's won games for you, though.
Huh?
He wins games for you.
Yeah.
He wins games, but when you need someone, he's a good player to have when you 1-0 up. He's not a great player to have when you need someone to score a goal or you need someone to.
I don't know if I agree with you.
But in terms of Barcelona,
I don't know if I agree with everything that you said, though. You know, bro.
Okay, go on.
I think.
Go, Marx.
Yeah.
Go. What you say? Go, Haych. Actually, Haych. Complete what you say, then Marx. You're gonna go.
Sorry. In terms of Barcelona, like, which has games where he can get the odd goal here and there. We're not disputing that. What I'm saying is, as clear to see, and hence why a lot of Liverpool fans are like, if he goes, is when he gets into those positions of in the final third and them kind of things, he likes to pass backs, he likes to pass sideways, he doesn't want to take on that thing.
I hear you, bro. I hear you.
So in terms of coming out and doing the header and whatever.
Done with this Liverpool waffle, yeah? Do you think you guys, yeah? do you guys think that you've got enough? Yeah, because I'm sick of this Scouse talk. Yeah, you guys think that you've got enough to keep the title this year?
Calm down, Mello.
Nah, if we don't sign the centre back, do you
think it's a centre back?
No, I don't think we do. And I have to say, Haych, a lot of what you said I agree with, but the one point you made, which I don't agree with here, is I don't think the problem is that it's starting from the back, because there's two things which I've said. I mean, even first thing I will say is that we've had some of the young guys come in previous games that can play centre back here. Right? And for me personally, I would prefer to play those guys which are actual defenders in that position than Henderson
I agree with you.
and Fabinho.
100% agree with you.
Now, when it comes to the attack here, right? Let me say this: is that the reason I don't think the problem starts in the defense here, and I've been saying this for a long time, is that Liverpool needed that person that was going to see the goal and just go for the shot.
Yeah, we need a
and we got that in Jota. I think we got that in Jota.
Yeah, Jota
came in and he's proven that once he gets a view on goal, he's going to take it. Firmino, for me, my biggest problem with Firmino is that he mucks about too much.
Too
many extra touches, all these kind of stuff. So
I agree. Marcus, I agree with you on that. In terms of Firmino, the problem, we had chances yesterday, to Anthony's point. We did have chances, but all those chances fell to Firmino. So,
the one that he had in front of the goal, the one that had point blank in front of the goal.
He's from Paraguay.
His level.
And you know what? Can I throw a spanner in the works as well? You guys may not agree with me here, right? But this is just my opinion. And I love Liverpool.
Bro, you're entitled to your opinion, bro.
But let me throw this in there. Yeah, for me, I think personally, as much as I love him, I think that Salah is overrated. That's my opinion.
Yeah. Totally agree.
One of the biggest problems I had with him from the start is one.
The problem is he's had his time there. He doesn't want to be there no more. That's what it is.
My biggest problem with him.
Go. Hold on, sorry. Salah knows that Mane is the real thing. That's what Salah knows.
Yeah,
that's why Salah don't want to pass to him. You understand?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say.
On that level.
That's what I was going to say, boys. That you saw Mane's face here, right, in those games where he was clean open and Salah didn't want to pass him. He's like, dude. But Salah knows that if he does it now, right, that Mane is going to become the main dude where he was the season before. So I think, but I mean, I'll give me due. The last few games, he hasn't been as greedy as I would usually see. True still. Salah has usually been. He's tried to see him, yeah.
Yeah,
but
for real.
For me, it's like if you see Liverpool struggling, we need to score a goal. I want to say, if we put Salah on, he's gonna get us to goal. I don't feel there's enough of that in him. If he gets a goal, he gets a goal. But
not gonna lie,
like a game changing player.
More energy than Salah.
Let's not talk about Origi. I'm not having that.
He had more energy. He had more energy.
That brother is rubbish. Yeah, but obviously, if everyone's tired, if everyone's tired and I come on in the 85th minute with a little bit of energy, I'm going to look a bit more enthusiastic than Salah's, who's been playing for 85 minutes. Of course. Okay. Origi's oh my gosh.
Yeah, listen,
oh my gosh.
Origi gets away with it right now, for three reasons. Three reasons. One, because he's at Liverpool. Two, because he scored the goals he has scored have been big goals.
Yes.
But the third thing for me is right, and again, you might not agree with me, but when I look at Origi, for me, I can't see a difference between what he brings to the team and what someone like what's my man at Crystal Palace that was hardly scoring until recently.
That's right.
Benteke. Yeah.
Oh my.
He's just like he's there in the team here, but I don't see what he's doing.
Nah, he's better than Benteke.
He's better than Benteke, man.
No, you know what?
Hold on, no.
I'm talking about end result right now in the past 2 seasons.
Origi's like them youths that they've got at Chelsea, them black youths that they throw on at the end. Yeah, he's like them youths there. Yeah,
but he's 25.
Yeah, but still,
he ain't a youth, bro.
He should be doing bits at 25 still.
Imagine we bought Jota. Jota's younger than Origi.
Is he?
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
He's about 21.
So am I wrong in saying Jota's just come in and he's already scored more goals than Firmino and Origi combined?
I
need to check the record.
We're gonna have to check the stats, but I'm here to run agendas, so I would agree with you.
Okay. Also, guys,
Jota scored. He has, bro, because Jota scored too much. He scored what? He scored a hat trick. I can remember. I'm just going off my dome here.
Yeah.
I know he scored about 7-8 goals, ain't he?
Yeah.
Jota's come in, hit the ground running, fam.
Yeah, man.
And then he got injured for 2 months.
If he wasn't injured, Liverpool would be flying high right now.
No,
as I said.
I totally
As I
agree.
said.
But guys, I think as well, another point we need to raise as well. We're touching base on the strikers, and it's glad to hear a talk that we've said before. Anthony, Mello, we've mentioned before, and we in the presence of Liverpool fans, that the reality show is that Salah is overhyped, and the reality show is the man is Mane. You know what I'm saying? But
All day long.
But is
All day long.
but
I
again,
agree, Roger.
All day long.
again,
Salah's a
all day
feelings
long.
guy, though, isn't he? He's a feelings guy. If he's on form and he's feeling nice, then he'll go in. You know what I mean?
I think, you know what? I think more
Say it
times
is,
than
it's dark.
Mane feels good.
But he's not
Look.
son.
I think
Not
it's
a son.
Salah. I think it's Salah who upsets his apple
You know what it
cart,
is?
bro.
You know what I would say is? I would say Salah's more of a confidence player where
Yeah.
he,
Yeah,
if
that's
he's
what
not
I'm saying,
scoring,
the
if he's not
feelings guy.
scoring, if he's not scoring or
Yeah.
doing something, he's just gonna be off his game.
Yeah.
Whereas Mane is like, I don't care who I'm facing, I'm
Yeah.
taking him on down the
yeah.
wing, or I'm
Yeah,
cutting
I'm
inside, or I'm doing something. Like, he has no fear. So, and I think that's the problem, because some Liverpool fans look at Salah's record goal scoring season, like say he was scoring bangers, he was running past bare players every goal that he was
Yeah,
scoring. That wasn't the case. Whereas Mane might work a bit harder to get his goals, he might work a bit harder to get into a position to make an assist or whatever. But with Mane what you get in, week out. Salah hasn't scored or hasn't been on form this season. He's had realistically one game where he was top, which was a Crystal Palace, and he come off the bench and he played half
The
an
thing
hour.
is, even though he's not scoring, he's not even assisting, he's not even getting involved, he's not even being an extra man on the pitch, you know what I mean? He's not getting involved, he's not doing nothing.
Because 90% of his game is he wants to score. He doesn't think about that team movement. For me, no, that's the only reason why I would have, in the earlier stages, kept him in the team, because he's a team player. But it gets to that point where you think to yourself, you know what, we need goals. You're a striker, you're not getting us no goals.
You know what the problem you got with Firmino as well? Sorry, Marcus. You know what the problem you got with Firmino as well? Now you're bringing someone like Thiago, who basically is trying to assist, who's playing those killer balls. Firmino's role is now non-existent unless he's scoring.
Yeah,
100%.
So Firmino has to score his chances, because Thiago, where Firmino would normally drop in, Thiago's taking that position.
Yeah.
So now Thiago's playing those balls. Firmino's like, everyone's looking at Firmino like, okay, you have the number 9 on your back.
He
So
should
you
have
have
that
to
number
be
9, man.
you
He
have
can
to be
pass the
scoring the
ball, he can
goals.
assist, but he can't hit a barn door. Allow him.
But even the small things, Mello.
That's why I've had to ask. I want his passport checked, because I think he's giving Brazilians a disservice, because I haven't seen Brazilian players that limited in skill for a long since Sergio.
Nah, he's got
He's got skill. He's got skill, but it's his end product. I mean, the thing is, if you see that you
Got
look,
a 9 on his back, though, you know.
Bro,
if you see you're not getting goals here, right, and but you're making the team look, they can see that, you know what, this guy is dangerous. He's just been unlucky or whatever.
Bro,
Then maybe you say something, but he's not.
He's had 2
I mean, I remember. Do you
seasons
remember?
of
Do you remember that the first season? I think it was the first season Suarez came, and he just kept hitting the post.
Yeah, he had their chances.
So
he had like the
often.
most shots that season or something like that.
But you looked at Suarez, and you knew that if you kept playing this guy, he was going to be
Special.
He's got to come
The
through
same
and do
with
something.
Firmino, though, you know. It's not the
Firmino,
same.
you don't get
Firmino's
that.
had
Bro,
different seasons
I've got to be
you
real.
don't
I've
get
got to
that.
be
He's
real with
just
you.
been throwing blanks. He's not
Before
been doing
Luis
nothing.
Suarez came to Liverpool, I knew about Luis Suarez at Ajax. I knew he was
Ajax.
going on with things. He was a baller. But Firmino, when Firmino came to Liverpool, I'm sure he was a midfield player.
Nah, he was. You know what he did? He played across the. He was like an attacking mid. So, but they like Hoffenheim.
So how does he go from attacking mid? How's he gone from an attacking mid to a number 9?
Because what Hoffenheim would do sometimes is they'd play him as a kind of up top, but he wasn't really the striker. So then when we bought him, we kind of tried to use him in that similar role. So then that's why
when you first bought him, when
Salah.
you first bought Firmino, who was at the club? Was Andy Carroll still there?
Nah, I think like Coutinho. He was leading the line.
Coutinho was there. I know Coutinho was there, the Brazilian. But I'm just trying to think. Because I know they didn't buy him as to go up front. They didn't play, because when he first played for Liverpool, he was not playing in the front 2 positions.
Nah.
Firmino,
You know who we had?
playing.
We had Sterling. We still had Sterling. We had Coutinho. We had Sterling.
And Studge.
The only real people
guys
up
know
front
that-
we had was
and
Sturridge,
Benteke
and
as well.
Sterling, and what's his name?
Benteke.
Oh yeah, we had Benteke. Yeah,
What
Benteke.
about that left-footed you? What's his name?
Storage?
Storage.
Yeah, Storage. Yeah.
He's playing with a community team at the moment, try to keep fit. He's looking for a team at the moment.
But he's too injury prone though. That's the only problem with Sturridge.
Back in Birmingham.
and that's the problem with Liverpool altogether. That was the other point I was going to say, which I didn't fully agree with what you're saying, Mello, because I think until Klopp came, one of the biggest problems that Liverpool had was we didn't have that Thiago kind of player, and even the ones which were probably more attacking than the Hendersons and the Wijnaldums, they were guys that were getting injured all the time. I mean, we brought in Lallana to kind of play that role, injured all the time. Ox came in, right? He was supposed to be a bit more attacking, injured all the time. And all the guys, I mean, even towards the end of his thing, Coutinho started getting injured all the time. So it's like, for me, all the guys that we kind of brought in just wasn't able to come in and do that job. And the midfield that we have there right now, that's the reason that long ball's been played, is because those guys in midfield, you might as well just call them all 3 DMs. Because there's no creativity in them. They're there to be like water carriers. Do you know what I'm saying? For the team, but not proper creative guys. We needed someone from a long time ago.
Hold on, then. Can I ask you this, Marcus? So, what did you buy? Because I've always wondered this. I want to hear a Liverpool fan's perspective on it. What did you buy Naby Keita for? I'm sure he's supposed to be a creativity.
Naby was doing bits before he came to Liverpool, you know.
As a creative midfield. So what's happened?
But this is the problem. This is the problem, and it's the same issue as what we have with the defenders now. He's injured now. But this is the same problem that we had in terms of him, what we're doing with our defenders now. Where I was saying before that I would still use some of them young guys in that position rather than Henderson and Thingy, get proper guys in there. They brought in Keita, and like you brought him in and you're not using him in the position he's supposed to be used. Do you know what I'm saying? I've seen him playing out on the wide in a similar position to where we sometimes have Mane. So it's like, if you're going to buy these players in...
I'm not gonna lie, I do rate Keita.
Yeah, he's a good player, but the thing is, no matter who we bring in, we don't change our formation to try and adjust the players or adjust the play.
Okay.
And even when
to play in the Liverpool system kind of thing.
And even if Liverpool are losing games or drawing games, and you can see that we're not going to get a goal, we keep the same formation, the same style of play. We don't change. You know what I'm saying? So the game against Man United now, we're playing, and after a while I'm thinking, wait a second, you guys are having this possession and stuff like that, but you're not having no real clean cut chances. Surely you would want to change something up a bit and make a difference, but we don't. We play the same thing through and through. So what ends up happening is, and it sounds cliche in terms of a lot of these top teams, but eventually you're going to get found out. Because now guys will just sit back and wait to get the ball from you, and then they'll do what they need to do. It's tough at the top,
man. Liverpool just realising it's tough at the top.
But we're just not taking our chances.
But the thing is, I do think it's beyond that as well. I think that, for me, Liverpool now, it's hard, as Anthony would know, as Arsenal, we sometimes take for granted what Alex Ferguson done, what Wenger's done. We take that for granted. Consistent success, we take it for granted. And I know there was a lot of, and I'm not saying it was any of you two there, guys, we've been consistent here about the new reign of Liverpool just because they won one title, and now for me, everyone was saying that Alex, somebody actually said, when we're talking about the black team ever, guys, somebody actually said that they reckon that Arnold should have been in the best right back ever of all time. And I'm thinking, hold on a second, you know what I'm saying?
I would have loved.
Listen, you know what? Take away Alex's crosses. Take away his crosses from his game, right?
Yeah.
What does he bring into that right back position for Liverpool?
Who we talking?
The right back that
Trent. Trent.
Apart from the crosses, when he goes forward,
bro,
his recovery's all right.
I'll tell you what the problem is now. This is the problem with people, and I rate what Marcus has just said, and I rate what he's saying in the beginning. What I'm going to say now: how must those two young Liverpool centre halves feel that? Hold on, I've come through the academy. I'm a centre half, and you're playing Jordan Henderson in my position. What does he feel? Because I know what I'd be feeling. I want out the club then because you don't trust me. Ain't I good enough?
Yeah.
Ain't I good enough then? Yeah. Oh, you play me against every other club, but we're playing Man United. You can't play me against Man United. Why?
And this is the problem as well, is that we're playing midfielders here, right? And they defend like midfielders.
A couple of times.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what I was going to say. When they've had their chance against the smaller teams, they've made a lot of goals, a lot of problems, a lot of issues. So when we're playing the bigger teams, especially a counter-attacking team like Man United, I'm not saying it's right. I would have played Reece Williams. I'm not saying it's correct, but I can understand Klopp's thinking of, listen, we've played these smaller teams.
Listen, we've had youngsters same way. United have had youngsters come through same way.
Matip, bro, you can't do that, bro. You can't keep.
Matip's injured, isn't it?
He's injured at the moment. But here's the problem, though,
You make a bag of mistakes. You make a bag of mistakes, though, when he's fit.
Henderson and Fabinho.
True.
The problem is, yeah, like you're
Fabinho,
playing in defense. Yeah,
you can play that.
if we get away with them, not conceding whatever, yeah, we're lucky. But the problem is that we've got midfielders playing in the back, and even in the back they play like midfielders. Their mindset is like midfielders. The last game we played before United, I completely forgot who it was now.
Southampton.
Yeah, Southampton. There was one opportunity where they should have scored, yeah, right? The ball got passed through, and Henderson should have just knocked it out on the left-hand side. But what he did, yeah, he used his left foot and he passed it back across the goal without seeing who was coming in behind him. You know what I'm saying? Now, anybody could have come in and intercepted that ball straight, and we're talking about less than a metre away from the line. Do you know what I'm saying? He's trying to pass the ball out rather than just knock it off the pitch, yeah, right? He's trying to pass his thing. I'm thinking, you're thinking like a midfielder, you're a defender, your first opportunity, your first thing you're supposed to be thinking is get this ball away from the goal, especially so close to the line. And that is the problem with him, is that even in playing the centre-back position, he's still thinking like a midfielder. You know what I'm saying?
Sorry, Marcus. You know what we've got to realise as well? In terms of like Reece Williams and Nat Phillips, these young guys, if Van Dijk and Gomez and Matip are fit, if all three of them are fit, these men don't touch the bench. No, these men don't. Nah, these men don't touch the bench. These men don't touch the bench. And this is what I'm trying to say in terms of, if we just had Gomez and Van Dijk, I guarantee you Nat Phillips and I guarantee you Reece Williams would not be on the bench.
What was it? Do you rate Gomez? Do you rate Gomez? I don't actually rate Gomez.
No, but I'd rather have Gomez fit and ready to play in a centre-back position than have Henderson or have even Reece Williams or Nat Phillips. So it's not about do I rate Gomez, it's do I have my first team.
Hey, let me ask you this. This is the way I see it, yeah, right? Is that when you look at Gomez,
international as well.
Gomez for me, yeah, right. When he came into the Liverpool first team, as far as I'm concerned, he was on the same level as Reece Williams and them, man. But he got opportunity to develop here alongside the defenders that were there.
Nah, he didn't. They were playing him right back, left back. They didn't play him centre back.
He was playing. But my point is, he was playing. My point is, he was playing and developing. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of where you playing, he was playing and developing.
Can I just say one thing, though?
Hold on, Anthony. Let me just counter that point, and then the counterpoint to that is when Gomez came into the team, Liverpool weren't Premier League champions. Liverpool weren't Champions League winners. So bringing in Gomez at that time wasn't a risk because you can take that because you ain't champions, you ain't nothing. Now you're bringing in Reece Williams and Nat Phillips. Nat Phillips was meant to salve Nat Phillips, and it's only because Van Dijk got injured we had to, and he was on loan last season. We brought him back at the end in January last season, and we was meant to sell him this season because he's not good enough. Now he's starting for us in games. So what I'm trying to say is playing Gomez then when he was 18 when we bought him from Charlton was cool because we were just trying to get top four. But playing Reece Williams and even though you might say they're at that level now, it doesn't mean they've got the progression to get to Gomez's level. And two, we're the champions, so it's even more of a risk to play them. But yeah,
if Gomez was at their level before, yeah, right, and was good enough to play to help us get to top four, and we're saying that these guys are now at that level, I would still play them because that for me is still better than playing guys out of their position.
I agree with you.
Let me just say,
have Henderson in
this is getting very
it's going off track.
All I wanted to say was about Liverpool.
How the Goonies doing, man? How's the Goonies doing at the moment? They're making a revival, aren't they?
Listen, I was talking about Trent. You see the problem here?
Trent, man.
No, this not just Trent, but it's just in football. I think the problem here. Remember, a right back, what's your job? What's the first fundamental of your job? Is to defend. You're a defender. And people need to remember this. Now, if we're looking at defensively, Trent Arnold is minus. He cannot defend for a toffee. Fast, good winger. See him every week defensively. Going forward, he's one of the best out there. But defensively, he can't defend. He's not a defender, and you see mediocre wingers have out Trent Arnold. I saw a clip the other day of what Iwobi done to him. Iwobi. I called him Iwoful because that's what I felt it was. Iwoful. You know what I mean? And if Iwobi can do that to you, and he look, Trent can't defend, bro. And if any Liverpool fan or any fan comes on here and says differently, well, we'll go with it because his defensive duties is shallow.
No, I agree with you. That's why I said take away his costumes. What has he got?
Yeah, what I'm saying is, you see, and we had this problem when we was picking the team because we said depends what we want to do. If we're attacking, we can go with a such and such defender, or if we're defending, we're going with such and such defender.
You want a right back to do both?
Exactly, my brother H. Exactly my point.
And
So
Trent
that's
don't
where
do
the
both.
problem is. So for me, Trent is the weak link to Liverpool's defence.
Oh yeah, 1,000%.
Trent is the weak link. Robinson can defend.
Yeah.
And he can go forward.
That's true. I'll give Robinson that. Yeah.
He can defend and go
That's
forward.
why I was glad to see that Klopp wasn't scared to take off Trent when he was giving 38 passes gave away in that
one game. One game, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know why Trent gets why we start with Trent. You know why we start with Trent. Yeah. We took him off. We take him off.
Took him off.
But you know the problem with Trent. The problem that we have with Trent, and the reason why Trent will always start is because how we've built our system of our team is to go down those wings.
Yeah.
And Trent is so good going forward. You take all the liabilities that he has going backwards because he's our main. Him and Robertson have been our main attacking, main attacking friend. So as bad as Trent is defensively, you kind of say, okay, we've got Gomez, we've got Van Dijk, or you get me. We can cover that, and we just accept him going forward, crossing the ball.
And what we were talking about, I'm with Marcus. Them young players should be given their chance, but you can't be doing just stifling them because we can play you in every other game apart from the Man United game or the Reggae game. How are they going to get big man game mentality if you don't play?
At the same time, when they have the chances, they need to take the chances. United had a couple of youngsters that came through, Angel Gomez, Chung. Them youths there, quality youngsters for the under 23s, under 18s, under 21. But when they came up to the top, and played for the first team, they choked. Whereas when we brought Rashford in, Rashford wasn't even playing in the under 23s. He was on the bench. He was playing under 18. He was on the bench every week. He was way behind Greenwood and them boy there. You get me? But when he got his opportunity,
gone clear.
And the problem with
you got to take the opportunities.
And the problem with playing centre back as well is that as soon as you make a mistake, the man's in on goal. So it's a high risk position. That and goalkeeping is high risk position. So I can understand, and as I said, I'm agreeing with Marcus and Anthony. I think the young boys should play because I think Henderson gives us much more in the midfield than he does if we drop him back. We need him in midfield. We need Fabinho in midfield.
Kids in. You put a kid in. You put one kid in with Fabinho. You put one in with Fabinho.
You run it to the end of the season,
and
you run it until you sign someone. That's me. I would run Reece until the end of the season next to Fabinho. So you got Henderson. But
okay, right, guys. We're getting off Liverpool now. But guys, just coming off Liverpool, guys, thanks for coming in because it's actually almost like a popcorn moment for me. Just eating popcorn, watching Liverpool fans just have each other and trying to explain the disaster what's going on. Now, I was talking to a couple of Liverpool fans at the beginning, not you two as such, but I spoke to Wisdom on the show, and he was talking about winning the title, piece of cake. This is our new reign, and for the next 20 years, and we're going to take over football. And I said, not anymore, mate. Them days are over. But how do you feel now? Obviously, people said Van Dijk changed everything and whatever. They're still but the reality show is, injuries are injuries. Listen, Man United, we've had Keane out for a whole season. We've seen big ballers out for a whole season. That's the way it goes. That's unfortunately what happens. Arsenal as well in our successful seasons. Now, when it comes to it, guys, with the team that you have now, and to be honest, I don't think the Man United team's too great. If you listen to the Van Moorinho Show, me and Mello packing off the team and arguing. I think not only Firmino is actually from Paraguay, I actually think that Fred is from Costa Rica. You know what I'm saying? I just think,
well, that's another one. There's another passport I want to check.
Yo, man, he's just a fake Makaleli, man. What do you want?
Fake
Makaleli.
Mello,
that's too high.
Fred is from Smevik. Fred is from Smevik, mate. He's from Smevik. He's from Smevik, bro. He used to go Hollywood
from
school.
Soho Road one time.
He used to go Hollywood school, fam.
Wow.
I found himself in the Ukraine playing football and called himself
Man
Brazilian.
said Sandwood and Dudley. What's going on, man?
You get me, bro? Sandwood and Dudley.
Hill.
But I have to say that,
that's
you know what,
hilarious.
still, I still don't think the Man United team has got a great balance and a great team. They're not really a great team in terms of put you under pressure.
But we are getting there with regards to shape and some sort of order. But I think that's because he's brought Pogba in. I think Pogba's made a big difference.
Goodness sake.
Bruno,
I
think Bruno losing the plot. He needs to adjust, man. He needs to remember he's not one of the strikers.
You know, let me make my comment on
trying to
Man
be the
United
hero
now,
too
man.
much.
Let me make my comment on Man United.
Yeah.
Is
Tries to be the hero too much, Bruno.
Yeah, he does. And he's always taking up positions where the strikers are supposed to be. You get me? He's trying to be the hero. And even some of them free kicks, 7 free kicks, he needs to just move and go. You know what I mean? It's not his.
it's not his forte.
The first one that he took.
Yeah.
No, the first one was close.
Yeah.
Nah, the first one was close though.
You get me?
No, but the first one was close though. It was close.
Rashford, what's going on with Marcus, bruv? He needs to concentrate on the football at the dinners, something. He can't do the golf.
You know, bro. Nobody's feeding him. You know what? There was news. There was some news yesterday, bro. I saw some runs yesterday. A man was hogging the ball and not playing the ball. You had a man like Fred that was holding the ball. McTominay that was holding the ball. That's what we're missing. We're missing a quality midfielder that can tackle.
You know what you guys could do
and play a ball.
You know what you guys could do with Thiago? I think if you put Thiago in that team next to Pogba and next to Bruno Fernandes, well, maybe you need someone defensive. You need a Partey, really.
We need a monster in there, man.
You need someone in there who can do a job. But my question to you guys is this: do you think Bruno's overtrying or overdoing it? In a lot of these games?
He thinks he's got the captain's armband. He thinks he's the son of Ferguson.
Yeah.
He thinks he's the son of Matt Busby.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I like Bruno. I like
Run
Bruno.
the club.
He's believing his own hype.
And he's took it on board because let's be fair, when he first joined, he was head and shoulders above every other player. Above every other Man United player, he was head and above. And because of that now, he's living off that. But as Mello just says, and people ain't gonna give him the credit for, Pogba's starting to turn up the levels now. Yeah. But nobody's talking about it because it's called Pogba. Nobody's talking about it. But if it was,
I think the difference is though.
If it was Bruno,
Go on, boss. Sorry.
Go on, carry on. Go on. I've said. I'm just saying. So.
No, I'm saying. I think the difference with why Bruno did so well, I think when he first started, is because when Bruno arrived, Man United were playing so bad that all the players their heads were down. Do you know what I'm saying? So it was easy for somebody that was already kind of like playing well to come in there, and like he had that hype with himself of like, you know, I'm a new player, I need to impress, and he was really playing well. So he's coming to the team now, so it was easy for him to sparkle amongst a load of guys whose head was already down. Do you know what I'm saying? But like you said, now United are finding form now, right? And he won't shine as much because Pogba's coming into his own. Another man's are stepping up. So what's happening now is he's now in a team where everybody's trying. So he's not going to get that same shine. Do you know what I'm saying?
I think the main problem with Bruno is the fact that Pogba's come back, and them two, I think they struggle to be as effective when they're both on the pitch at the same time.
But I think they can be though. I would say they can be. The only thing with Bruno, when I'm watching Bruno, especially yesterday, I'm seeing him try long passes. Like
he's doing some
every single time he gets
the
ball, he's trying to slap the ball across the field. And I'm thinking to myself, if you just play with a quality player that you have in Pogba, and then you can play in Rashford and when Cavani comes on and Martial, you guys are winning.
Them used to look at stats.
Yeah,
big hero now, innit?
But when it comes to Bruno though, for myself, their story. When it comes to the end of the day, story, and like Jota, I love ballers that will wear the price tag, and walk in the club and make a difference. My problem with Pogba is it was 80 mil figures, and I'm fed up with his talk about, the price tag on them is a weight on the shoulder. For goodness sake, if you paid me 200 grand a week and says, put a price tag on my head, I have to come out and play a big ball. If you are a big baller, man like Zlatan, man like big Ronaldo, the go-to clubs,
you say, play to the strength. United never played to
you a big baller, you come into a team as a big baller, you big baller team. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have Carl Williams.
You're never gonna get that at Pogba, and I'll tell you why, right? Because
you
got two types of football players, bro, right? You got two types of football players, bro. You got the ones, right, which are everything they live, eat, breathe football. That's all they do. You know what I'm saying? Then you got the ones that come to play football, get their money and be on social media. Pogba for me is a similar cat to like your Balotellis and all them kind of guys. Let me explain what I'm saying. Let me explain it.
Yo, shots fired right there, bro.
The reason I say that is that these guys will play ball and they will. Like they're two talented players, but they also had too much of themselves invested in stuff outside of the football. You understand? So when I look at people like Pogba, it's like I'm seeing Pogba playing. Before he found his form now, but I'm seeing the guy come and playing a terrible game, and less than an hour after the game, the man's on social media doing dances. Do you know what I'm saying? And doing all these kind of madness. And I'm thinking, you just had a terrible game. Surely your mindset should be a case of, you know what? I didn't play well.
As long as you're doing your bits on the pitch, you can do whatever you want off the pitch. I don't mind.
I think that's the mentality.
If you're doing
that's the mentality of footballers nowadays. Full stop. Not just Paul Pogba. I think all footballers are like that.
No, not all footballers, bro. Not all footballers. I can guarantee you, there's certain players here, that when you say play. It's that you can see they live, they eat, they breathe football.
Certain players, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying majority of the players,
young guys coming for me.
Social media, they don't care. Bro, my team's just got relegated. He's on social media busting jokes within an hour. Them things happen, fam. That's just the reality of footballers nowadays, bro.
To me, that don't matter to me, it's what you do on the pitch. If you're doing it on the pitch, I don't mind. Do your thing.
Yeah, for real, bro. At the end of the day,
at the moment, he's doing it on the pitch.
You got to look at it like this, bro.
He's playing in the position that he's supposed to be playing.
You go to work, you get paid to do your job. If you're doing your job, how can a man be vexed with what you're doing? Mello, you're sleeping with 100 gal. Is it affecting my performance on the pitch, gaffer? No. Shut your mouth, then. I'll sleep with 101 then.
Yo, man, they getting caught out there, you know.
If it's not affecting you,
look at George Best. Look at George Best.
Right, there you go, bro.
Look at man like George Best. That man was down the 24/7, you know.
24/7, but did it affect him on the pitch? No, it didn't. It made him better. It made him better. So there you go. So I hear what you're saying. So with Pogba, but I think you see Pogba. This goes back now to the original career. This goes back down to the skin tone, because Paul Pogba's not the only geezer to
play rubbish.
And be on social media.
But you always get scapegoated.
But you always get scapegoated. He'll get scapegoated as a black youth. But we can mention players like social media, Maddison, Jack Grealish, all those geezers are on social media. But when they have a poor game, it's nothing but Pogba. Pogba has put two passes astray, and is the worst thing since.
I don't know if it's the colour thing. I don't think it's the colour thing. I'll tell you why I say that. There's certain elements in there, but I'll tell you why I say that, right? Because I think it's more to do with his status. And what I mean by that is Pogba, in terms of like his value and stuff like that, he's up there with the top footballers in the world. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like if you get, if it was like a Jack Grealish stuff, like he's a good player, everyone knows him, but he doesn't command the same kind of respect. Like he's not going to have like Real Madrid knocking on his door tomorrow. Do you know what I'm saying?
He commands that respect, but does he receive that
Ronaldo,
respect?
Messi, Griezmann, all these are top level guys. So when they do something, black, white, whatever, it's going to be shown much more than anybody else.
I don't agree with that. Pogba gets it.
He stands out like a sore form. That's what it is. Big black self in the middle of that midfield,
with the blonde hair,
stands out. So when things go wrong, the first person you see
is the first name they go to.
African brother.
Can I tell you why Pogba's always scapegoated? When I look at Bruno yesterday, Bruno was so rubbish. The commentators were like, "Oh, he's playing poor passes.
Trash.
Oh, this is not like Bruno." But you as Man United fans will tell me that this is what he's been doing all the time. Now, if Pogba was to have the same game that Bruno had yesterday, I guarantee you, every one of those commentators we'd be getting slandered. They'd be started talking about his price tag when he was at Juve. This and that. When he was at Juve, he was boom, boom, bam. Now we've bought him 5 years on. We can't get the best out of him. But I guarantee you, Bruno will play like that literally once every other week. and they won't say nothing about it because he scores pens. And now if Pogba was to do the exact same thing, Pogba.
If you look at the stats of how many balls Bruno gives away when he's trying a thing, even against Liverpool, there's some stupid passes he was trying. You're thinking, bro, what the heck are you doing? Why are you trying a thing like that? It's not a training session.
He's got to buy a ticket, man.
There's an agenda against Paul Pogba. I'm not a Paul Pogba fan. Roger,
I don't know, man.
You know
I think he's his own enemy.
Let me finish. I'll say this. Pogba. Pogba was man of the match the game before last, innit?
Yeah, Burnley. Yeah.
So how comes yesterday when the team sheet it was, and Paul Pogba keeps his place? Hold on. You're man of the match of the last game, but and Paul Pogba keeps his place. Why there should have been that kind of, and he keeps it, there shouldn't have been that kind of question. Is he going to keep his place? Isn't he not going to keep his place? He was the man of the match. He was the winning. He scored the winning goal. So why is there that round him? There wasn't that question mark around Bruno Fernandes.
And he could have scored a winner yesterday, and it would have been a different narrative again.
And this is the craziest thing. Look at when he missed that chance. Look at when he missed that chance yesterday. Roy Keane was going in on Paul Pogba. He was like, Paul Pogba's got to score. He's got to score. And then when Bruno had a chance, not a similar chance, but Bruno had a chance. He was like, you know what? Sometimes those go for him. Sometimes they don't. But when Pogba he has to score. He has to. Yeah. And these times Pogba had a small window.
Bruno should have creamed that. He went cash.
Yeah,
this is what the perspective for you. Yeah, I still think I think there's definitely a level of the skin tone in there, but I still think the status played the biggest part. Yeah. I mean, okay, if I was to look at Liverpool, for example, right? If you had a clear-cut chance here, right, and Origi's on it, right, and he misses. Yeah, your response to it is going to be different. Yeah, it's Mane
because he's not making headlines anyway.
Yeah, it's going to be different if it's Mane. Do you know what I'm saying? Because if it's Mane, you're thinking, Mane, he has to score it. Because Mane's the quality of Mane and everything else plays a massive part.
Like that. Even Mane, I don't think will get any vibes like that unless he did it consistently.
Nah, they won't. Mane won't get the vibes Pogba get. Pogba.
Nah, it's not the same.
Yeah, but don't forget, like I said, Pogba is part of a lot of the stuff Pogba goes through, right, is his own fault because Pogba, right, a lot of these other players, they're on social media and stuff like that, but the level of
how he operates
that Pogba puts on himself allows him to be more in the public eye than a lot of these other players.
Bro, like Mello says, fam, you know what? I'm not going to argue with Paul Pogba. Paul Pogba is a World Cup winner. All these people are pointing out, and Pogba. Pogba's won the World Cup. Yeah. Come and step to me. Come, all you mans are pointing fingers. Roy Keane, show me your World Cup winners medal, Roy.
See it then,
show me your World Cup winners, Roy. About missing chances. You're going on like you never missed chances. Okay, maybe Pogba missed chances, but look how many times you cost Man United getting yourself sent off, going out on a pitch purposely to go and maim a next man. Yep. Come on now. If that was a black geezer with that mentality.
The thing with Paul Pogba, ever since he's been at Man United, every little thing he's done on social media has been scrutinised. Every little thing.
And as I said, I'm not a Pogba fan. I'm not here to sit and defend Paul Pogba. I'll defend him where it needs to be defended. And at the end of the day, I believe Paul Pogba is scapegoated a lot.
Yeah.
Scapegoated a lot.
Straight up, anything as a United fan, anything that goes wrong with Old Trafford and Man United, people look at Pogba first. I don't know why. Even if it's not even on the pitch.
Yeah, it's Pogba's fault.
Do you know there was one time Paul Pogba was injured and he was dancing on social media and the fans went mad because they were saying if he can dance, he should be able to start.
Yeah. He's getting rid of
that's crazy
stuff, innit?
Yeah.
Instead of him looking at he's showing the fans that he's fit again and he's getting fit again and he can get that mobility again. But the fans don't see it like that. The fans see it as well. You know what I mean?
Mello's trying to sell it good to them.
But you know, Mello, let me ask you this, Mello.
I like Pogba. No, I'm not.
No. Mello's a Pogba fan.
I don't dislike him. I just think he's been very hard deal. Overly hyped.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys this then.
I'm not saying he's not a decent baller.
We're not professional footballers here, right? We're a group of guys that come with chatting football, and we can clearly see certain things that's going on. If these guys live in this world here, right, then they know the things. You know what I'm saying? So if you know, okay, you know, regardless of whatever, if I do this thing, if I do that thing here, right, and it's done in the most innocent way, people are going to still blah blah. Then there's certain things you just say to yourself, you know, I'm going to hold back, or I'm going to just think because I know that. You know what I'm saying? You know the world you live in. So
but then you start telling people how to live their life.
Money from as a youngster as well, you know. So sometimes that can throw you off. You get me?
I think personally, you can't start when you start telling footballers how they need to live their life and how they need to move and how they need to do this, and they're still performing on the pitch. I think it's just like it's crazy.
It's not even that, you know. When Fergie had the youngsters come through, you know, he dealt with them on a set level, and he pulled them aside and says, "Listen, this is what you're gonna do. This is what you're gonna maintain. You ain't gonna do this, and you ain't gonna do that." He did that with Giggs, with Bex, with all them youth there, and it's only when Bex stepped out of line, he's the only one out of them youngsters that stepped out of line, and he says, "Right, you're out."
But Mello, did he really step out of line though?
He didn't know. That's what I'm saying.
He didn't step out of line.
Because Fergie had his standard.
Fergie had his standard. Bully, bro. He's just bullying after you. Yeah. He's bullying you because Giz went out, found a gal.
It worked though, innit?
Huh?
He spared the rod and spoiled the child. So you kick 2 football boots in an eye, please.
Yeah, he done that, bro. He's not. See, Fergie's lucky it was Beckham because if he done that to a black geezer, he's getting punched up, fam.
Yeah, he would have got mad.
If I was a footballer and Fergie kicked and licked out my eye, bread, I'm telling you now, I'd still be in jail now because what I would have done with Fergie, the things I would have done with that boot and that man, trust me. Now, bro, if that was a black player, he could not have got away with it. You think he could have done that to Ian Wright? Do you really think he could have done that to Ian Wright?
He would, Baba.
No, it would have been alright.
Ian Wright was a different kind of beast, though, man. He didn't take it from nobody.
Exactly, bro. Fergie's a bully. He bullied off Bex. He bullied him off. Bullied him.
Just you know, he was just a guy that had rules and regulations.
I'm with you,
he was a father figure. He was just a father figure, and then you needed that discipline. And we see now.
He done that bullying thing.
Yeah, we've seen the Pogbas now. We've seen the Pogbas, and you've seen these players now
free
that can't take a little, you know what I mean? Little feedback.
Yeah,
you can't tell them nothing.
But hold on, Pogba was at the club when Fergie was there, and you couldn't hold him. Let's have it right.
He with him too tough though, did he? And when he was going to keep him,
he did, bro, because you wanted to keep him.
When Paul Pogba wanted a new deal, and he wanted more than he was supposed to be getting as a youngster, he was demanding certain things, and Fergie says, "Well, no." So that's why Pogba turned around and says, "Well, I'm gone then."
Yeah, exactly.
And that was when Pogba was young. He should have held it down. He was like 18.
But hold on then. Who really won the argument? Pogba, because you had to go and buy him back. So you
had to overpay for him as well.
You cut off your nose to spite your face.
Fergie would never have bought him back though. Fergie would have never bought him back.
You know, even though Fergie regrets about Stam. But listen, guys, it sounds crazy, guys, but we've been going on.
His temperament. Fergie will be now. Fergie will be sitting there now and says, "Well,
Mello. Yo, guys, this is crazy. This is 57 minutes already, guys. We've dissected Liverpool, and I must say, guys, today's show, guys, I had the popcorn out, actually enjoying 2 Liverpool fans breaking it down and actually admitted the weaknesses of Liverpool, and
admitting that they're not going to win the league.
You say, and ultimately, where I'm gonna at this point, I love saying this question. At this point,
we're not going to win the league, bro. I didn't admit that.
Okay,
I just said if we don't sign a centre, I don't know where you got that from, Mello. I just said if we don't sign a centre back, it's going to be harder.
But all I'm saying now, guys, at this point where we are.
There's only one man in here.
What about Arsenal's revival right now?
We ain't gonna win the league, bro. Only one man here saying we ain't gonna win the league, bro. We ain't gonna win the league, bro.
I'm telling you straight. I'm down with that. I don't think they're gonna win.
I actually think I'm gonna start things off here, guys. Right, we got 2 minutes now, so I reckon it's gonna be Man City 1, Man United 2, Liverpool maybe 3. That's my reckon. That's gonna end it off this season. What are you saying, Mello?
I think you know what? As mad as it sounds, I think it's going to be Man U, then City,
crazy,
and I think Liverpool probably may end up 4th or 5th. You know.
Oh, that's crazy.
Okay,
bro.
Okay.
I'll come with the unbiased. Unbiased.
You know, the Gooners are on a little roll at the moment. You never know. Tottenham, I don't think are going to hold out.
Bro.
Okay. Quick response, guys. Guys. We got 1.5 minutes left. Anthony, what are you saying? Top three.
The top 3, being honest, in this order, I reckon Man City, United, the Bin Dippers.
Straight.
You know what?
The Bin Dippers.
Right.
That's what I reckon.
Right.
That's what I reckon.
Okay.
And I think, can I just finish, Raj, before?
Yeah.
I think Liverpool will only finish 3rd if they don't address the centre-half thing.
I don't think they'll get third.
Right, cool.
I really don't think they'll get 3rd.
All right, guys. Right. H, what are you saying?
I'm saying if Liverpool sign a centre-half, it's Liverpool 1, Man City 2, Man United 3. If Liverpool don't sign a centre half, it's Man City.
Start the thing.
Leicester.
Start the thing, man.
I really want to, Leicester.
Start the thing, my youth.
Nah, I think it will be the centre back is an issue, man.
On a serious thing, though.
Nah, Man City. I'll probably say. You know why? The reason why I say Man U, and then I'll say Liverpool. The reason why I say Man U is
there's no time.
They have less frailties.
Okay, cool. Right, Marcus, come on, man. Let's go straight to the point, man. Go.
Yeah, straight. Liverpool signed the centre back, then it's Liverpool, Leicester, Man United for me. If we don't, then I'll give it Leicester, Man United.
I like the way he's thrown in that Leicester, bro.
Where's Man City?
Okay.
I'm not putting Man City in top 3
Wait. Right, guys. Okay, guys. This is recorded. This is going to be going out there still, yeah, guys. Listen, guys. We're just keeping it real on the Van Moorinho Show. There's some real talk going on, still real personal feelings of how we've been injustice from Liverpool itself to our culture, but also we had a bit of that vibe in it still, yeah. But ultimately, we gave our viewpoints. You may disagree, may agree. We may have been very harsh against the teams, but the reality show is, guys, we're trying to do a black media which is basically black and into his viewpoint, and you probably won't hear it even from Arsenal TV. They're biased, but we're even more biased towards our people, man. But guys, thanks for my esteemed guest here today. Yo, we got the two Liverpool fans
on Arsenal,
Wait, listen, guys, that's another half an hour. That's overtime. Listen, right, guys, time's overdone with. Guys, enough love for joining us in today still, yeah. Thanks for your time. And
They had it ready on deck,
Right, I just come out with the personal feelings of the reality shows of what we see from Liverpool, and I know we still ain't got another pledge. Never win again. All right, then, still, yeah. But listen, guys, we have it here first. Man City first, then Man United, then Liverpool. End of the season, still, yeah.
Man U are gonna win the league. You hear
Raj, we need to have this weekly, bro. We need to have something like this.
We've got strength in depth, man.
All right, then, guys.
Like this weekly, bro.
I'm just technically working this out, and we're gonna get this Zoom live going on, man. But guys, enough love, man. Enough respect, man. Yeah, blessings, man. Yeah, man. Respect.
Enough respect, my brother.
Bless fellas.
Enough respect. Marcus, enough respect.
Good night.
DJ Mello, always.